वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल गाइस। आई एम तनुश्री एंड यू आर वाचिंग ट्रैवल विद तनु। आज मैं किसी ट्रैवल ब्लॉग के बारे में बात नहीं करने वाली हूँ। मैं बात करने वाली हूँ यूक्रेन के बारे में। यूक्रेन में एक्चुअल में क्या हो रहा है। कभी कभी हम लोगों को लगता है कि काश कोई वहाँ के एक्चुअल में जो वहाँ पे रह रहे हैं वो लोग बता पाते हो क्या रहा है। तो मैं वही आपको दिखाने वाली हूँ कि वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है। मैं जिस हॉस्टल में अभी रुकी हूँ उस हॉस्टल में यूक्रेन से एक लड़की भाग के आई है। वो बता रही है कि एक्चुअल में क्या हुआ उसके साथ, वो क्यों भागी और क्या उसके घर वाले सब भाग पाए। तो इसके बारे में उससे डायरेक्ट सुनते हैं क्या बोलती है वो। हाय अनास्ताशिया,
Hi.
वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम?
I'm from Ukraine, the West Ukraine, Rivne.
ओके, सो व्हाई आर यू हियर इन फ्रांस?
I left Ukraine about 2 weeks ago because I woke up from a bomb that was thrown by Russian military near the airport. And I decided that maybe I'm panicking, but I have to flee the country due to everything that was happening already in Kiev, where civilians were bombed and more stuff happening in eastern Ukraine.
So any of your family members were already there, or everyone able to come here in Europe?
My brother didn't, he couldn't leave because he's 19 years old and he's not allowed to leave in case he would need to go to the war. For now he stays home and the city is relatively calm, but still he couldn't leave, as well as my grandparents. They are there because my grandmother is not really suited for traveling. And I also have a friend of mine who is living in Mariupol, which is the hottest spot right now, and I haven't heard from her like in 2 weeks already. I just hope that she's alive.
Like civilians, are they getting hurt?
Yes, they are. Even though Russians pretend that they are already only bombing the military spots, it's not true. There are schools that were being bombed, the kindergartens, the hospitals, a lot of things. And for example, Ukraine is trying to evacuate people from cities like Mariupol, and Russian military is shutting the humanitarian corridors, the people that are innocent, that are definitely not military people. And they have to stay there without electricity, without water, without food, without any connection, without knowing what is happening and when will it end.
So what do you think, like why it is happening? It is our Prime Minister's fault, or Russians' fault, or Putin's fault, or US's fault?
Because Putin doesn't want Ukraine to succeed and to be an independent and a successful country, which we were, and we were very happy with our government. We weren't needing anyone to save us, what the Russia pretends to do right now. They are saying we are nationalists, we have nationalist government that are smoking weed all the time. Our government is more than fine, and they are not bombing us. Those are the Russian troops and Russian soldiers, and Putin himself that is doing that for his own stupid fascist, I don't know, reasons. No explanation for that.
So what do you think about it? Like, how can we solve this problem? Because normal people are suffering.
Hard to say, but what everybody could do is support Ukrainians, support Ukrainian army, and especially support Ukrainian people. I already received a lot of friends who are very happy to help with refugees, welcoming people, and on the border there are also a lot of European people helping. And you can find, what you can do is read the real information, spread the real facts, that it's the war, the Russia invaded Ukraine, we didn't start anything, we don't want war, we want peace, and we want Russia, Putin to stop it. So what you can do is spread this information, and also maybe we could give some links with more links to donate and to help Ukrainian people.
Just last question.
Yeah.
I have heard that 50% of Ukraine wants to join Russia and 50% wants to join Europe. Is it correct or?
No. In Ukraine, there is a population that speak Russian. They are free to speak Russian, even though our native language, the 60-70% of people speak Ukrainian, their native language, and it's the language of the country. But there are still population whose native language is Russian, and they want to live, like the people from Kharkiv that were bombed, they wanted to live there, they didn't want to go to Russia, they wanted to stay in Ukraine. And Russia doesn't seem, or Putin doesn't seem to want to accept that people just want to live in Ukraine and not to go to Russia.
And so do you think like people wants to join NATO, like the European zone, or they are more prone to like Russia?
No, we are just separate. We wanted our country to be independent from anybody. But of course, this war is already like, Russia invaded like 8 years ago. They annexed the Crimea Peninsula and some east parts. And Ukraine was trying to do something all the time, asking for help from NATO, from Europe, to do something, because it's not normal. And of course, we are hoping, we are asking NATO to help because they are able to do that. But it doesn't mean that Russia started the war because we wanted to go to NATO. That is completely not the reason why all of that happens. And definitely, we don't want to go to Russia. We don't want to move to Russia and to join Russia. We want to be independent and to have peace.
Because that is the freedom is everyone's right and everyone should have that.
Yes, that is.
Thanks a lot. I hope everything gets better.
Thanks.